Hey, good morning, Todd.
Good morning, Yasmine. It is so great to see you, and we haven't had any time to talk in so long.
Indeed.
Yes, Yasmine and I, first of all, we're not trying to prove each other wrong. We're not trying to, it's not an argument or anything like that. Just our global perception, our perceptions of the world is just totally different. Right? Well, let me just tell about myself. I believe less government. I believe government is the problem. I believe regulations are the problem, that we need to deregulate, that we need to keep government out of the way, and that I believe that's how humanity is best served, by government getting out of the way. Yasmin, what is it you believe?
Wow. It's quite convincing here, and I love your pitch. It's not that I think I'm more in the middle of everything. I feel more humanity, more peace, focusing on peace and working together. I would like for the world to work together, not against each other. Uh, Most people will most likely say it's unrealistic, but in my perfect world, the borders would be open and we would have an earthly government that oversees humanity as a whole and that discusses global aspects in general, borders, climate, being vegan or not globally, to save the earth, stuff like that.
You know
I
what?
think we
I
are
love it.
we are way too small minded. It's like, okay, great, whatever. The United States wants to be number one. We want to be on top of everything. We want to have the power. It's like, we could just get the egos out of the way. I think that would be wonderful.
And actually, I agree with you 100%. And I believe it would be wonderful, absolutely incredible. I believe your vision, your plan, no, and I mean this sincerely, is amazing. If the big if is, if we could have a completely 100% purely righteous leader that was the ego's out of the way, 100% righteous leader, boom, it would be incredible. It would literally be heaven on earth. It'd be amazing.
I would like a collaboration. I don't want one leader. I think nothing should be in the hands of one person. I think it needs to be a collaboration of different nations, different countries, different continents, all working on one goal. And that goal is peace and equality. That's my 5 cents to this whole subject.
So when you say equality, do you mean equality of outcome or equality of opportunity?
Both. Each person, we are all equally important and desired on earth. We all
Right.
should have the same opportunities. And I also think that maybe education should take a step back. We shouldn't be judged or um, scrutinized because one person went to college for 4 years, doesn't qualify at all because but he qualifies because of the education, where the other person has worked very hard to get where he is, but he won't get the job because he doesn't have that 4 year degree. I believe it should be more focused around what are your abilities to best serve the job that you're applying for, rather than, oh, you have a piece of paper, great, you're in. That's
Right.
my
Wow, you're sounding like a little more conservative every day. Eliminate
no.
the paper, the piece of paper. That's like get to me that's part of the bureaucracy. What you're talking about is the bureaucracy, eliminating the bureaucracy, getting more and more
Mm,
towards the individual, the power of the
yes,
individual.
yes. I don't think it has to be with left or right or up or down or conservative or Democrats. It has to do, again, once again, and I feel like I stress this every time we meet. It's more the humanitarian aspect. It's more about us humans working as a whole and not against each other. And it's driving me crazy. I can't watch the news because I might as well jump out a window. It's just, my friends and my family in Germany, they call me and they're like, "Are you alive?" And I'm like, I've chosen not to participate. I'm just going to, and it's terrible. I feel kind of guilty sometimes about not watching the news and not always being on top of, all the demonstrations and what is it really about the whole king subject. And I'm like, whoa, it's like, this is people going on the street and demonstrating is risky. I talked to a friend and she's like, oh yeah, I was considering going to San Francisco to the protest, but it was just a call of, am I going to be safe?
Right.
So safety is another issue, and it's brutal. It's like once it starts, it's over. It's not just like, oh, there's a little pocket of people that are out of control. No, once it starts, I feel like the flood gates open,
Yeah, the floodgates
floodgates.
open. Absolutely. No, it does. Well, plus a lot of the protesters are not even they're not even locals. Meaning like for example, if they're protesting, there's people that are literally hired to stir it up and to create violence, to make it
Exactly.
violent. That's literally
Exactly.
happening. People are getting paid to do that, to stir it up.
Yes. It's like,
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So when it comes to what's happening in your world, when it comes to California and everything that's going on there, um, how is your market right now today? We try to meet every week. We don't meet every week. We meet at least several times a month. And how is your market going right now? Is length of time home staying on the market? Do you think is it getting longer and longer, shorter and shorter? What's happening?
so I work in all price ranges. I have a $2.5 million house listing.
Hmm.
We've been on the market for 2 weeks. I've had really good traffic during open houses, and there's one family is totally in love with it. They put their house on the market in the South Bay. They're looking for offers and they're very excited. I have another agent who came through and she's just like, yeah, the floor plan. And I'm like, well, the floor plan is the floor plan. I
Right.
don't know why your clients came through in the first place because it's clearly identified, and I don't know why we have this conversation. But of course, we have a conversation. A person just feels they have the need to point out a negative to
Mhm.
maybe start negotiations
Right.
in the back
The
door.
posture,
I
right.
Yeah, so I don't work that way. I'm like, that doesn't work for me. But I'm like, hey, right, do whatever your clients want, and we'll go from there. It's like you don't need to get my approval, to write the offer at a certain price. Write the offer where you want it to be written. Hey, I see. I have to interrupt. I see behind you these awards.
Yeah.
Were you with Berkshire Hathaway?
I used to be, yes.
Me too.
I knew that. I looked you up.
Oh, I just saw these earlier. I think I saw them. I'm like, oh my gosh, I think we were at the same company.
We were.
So a long time ago?
It's been a few years ago that I was with
Yeah,
Berkshire
me too.
Hathaway. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I left Berkshire Hathaway and went to EXP. What brokerage are you with, by the way?
I'm with the agency.
Ah, the agency. Awesome.
Uh,
Cool. Cool, cool. But you're in the middle of
But
saying that the
yeah, so the market, so that one, I have like very few, um, very little interaction, but it seems to be sincere. And, I'm just going to wait and see what develops over the next few days. And if I don't have anything by Monday, then I will do a price reduction. And I think it's going to be a hefty price reduction. But the other one, I have another one just a town over, in a different price range in the 900,000. And, I work really hard and presenting every house really nicely with inspections up front. And, everything is tight in my listing with my listings. And so the people came through. I don't know. I mean, I think 15 on Saturday, 15 on Sunday. That was the first open house. And I have today my first offer rolled in, and two other people are going to most likely write. And I'm hoping that will be above list price. The one that I have is a 2 week close. So it's very, very attractive. But that little pocket, this is my third listing in 3 months on that street. And that little pocket, because it's close to the more desirable city, is moving very quickly. So I'm kind of lucky that I'm in there because people want to live there. It's close to Walnut Creek instead of close to Martinez. So that Pleasant Hill area is widespread. So yeah, I'm very excited. And then I had a little lease. There were 18 competing leases. Past clients are just temporarily moving out of town, and that was interesting too because, like I said, there were 18 other ones, and I put mine on Zillow and on MLS, and I had 5 applications in 4 days, and we are renting it over asking price.
Wow. Wow.
So it's
So
kind of, yeah.
so things are picking up. Things are actually starting to pick up for you then, aren't they?
But I don't know if I have, we had our office meeting yesterday, and everybody is, the consensus is to um, just kind of shift. Don't, that rush is over. You can put a house on the market and be strategic, but not in the same way as we were during COVID. Where everything is so rushed and you have 5 offers on Tuesday. It's kind of more like, don't panic, don't really do anything. Um, and when I think about my high-end listing, I'm almost tempted if my clients weren't in a rush because they are already gone and they want to buy another house and really want to sell that one first. I would say, you know what, I'm not doing anything for 30 days.
Actually, we're in similar situation as far as our listings. Like I've got a $2.7 million listing in Orem, which is part of on the Wasatch Front. It's on the south side of the Wasatch Front, and that home we had the best showings we have are the open houses that we do. We don't have a lot of showings. We don't have a lot of action.
Mhm.
But here's the thing: when I comp it out, there's no, from my standpoint of view, and in networking, that's the big key. Going out networking, talking to other agents, talking to other people that have properties in that price range. Nothing is moving.
Mhm.
Nothing is moving.
Mhm.
So we've become inelastic. Basically, what I mean by that is if people that drop their price, it does not improve it. People who offer all of these concessions, or maybe they're doing 2-in-1 buy downs or anything like that, it changes nothing. So I told my clients, I said, look, just hold. Don't do anything. Don't change the
Yeah.
price. Just stay here and we'll just eventually find a buyer. And then what I started doing now is I've started marketing that property in New York, in California, in Beverly Hills, that kind of a thing, so that people that are moving here will start to see it. People with money, because I went to the money sources. People come,
Yes.
and what I'm hoping is that I find somebody that can bring a cash offer. That's really what I'm hoping for. Just bring a cash offer, buy it, be done with it.
Yeah.
But there's that. Then I've got this other property that's in the $800,000 price point. We've had a lot of action on it. We had multiple offers, put it under contract, and then all of the offers, including the one under contract, got nervous because of the economy, because of the potential war, because of this, because of that, and they pulled out. And so they canceled, and they're still dabbling with it. They're still keeping an eye on it, but they're not pulling the trigger on it. And so it's just this.
Yes. And the one I have in hand, I don't want to scare her. I don't want to do anything. I'm readily prepared to move forward with that offer, but I'm keeping these other people, I'm providing an opportunity, but I don't see the need to scare the other people. I'm kind of like, this is their offer. It's an amazing offer. And I'm going to advise my clients to take it and do nothing. Take it as is. She changed a few things because I had some issues with it. So I said I would like for you to change the offer. I feel especially in this market, I don't really do counter offers. I do all the work up front. I have people change their offers versus going back and forth. If they feel, they talk to their clients, and if they feel it's a doable thing, then they'll do it. So she's done some corrections that were easy and accommodating for everybody. But my client is also driving the country, and a 5 hour response time does not work at all, right? I
Right.
do need at least 24 hours. But yeah, I feel we need to treat everybody really preciously,
Oh, for sure. For sure.
right?
The other thing that I find is the difference between even, and I'm talking professional real estate agent and the amateur real estate agent. The amateur real estate agent, from my standpoint of view, just lowers price, lowers price, lowers price. Doesn't turn to the data, doesn't turn to the picture, and just does what's easy for them. Meaning,
Yeah.
it makes our jobs a lot easier if we just drop the price, drop the price, drop the price, rather than increasing the marketing, increasing the exposure. Let's give it some time to season and look at the professionally, be a professional and actually look at what is happening.
Yes.
And does it make sense to drop the price? If it doesn't
Right.
make sense, don't do it.
I know. And an agent yesterday asked me, the one with the other buyer, she's like, well, how about your price? I said, I priced the home strategically. It is a big home. It is below everybody else. It's still 2.5 million. I totally took into consideration that the floor plan is not for everybody. And we have a zero point 0.6 acre lot. The whole backyard is pretty much non-developed. But if that house was developed, it would be 4 million. I'm like, so don't give me pricing. And she's, are you going to do a price reduction? I'm like, I don't know. I don't, I really don't know if I'm going to do a price reduction, because you just go ahead and write your offer wherever you want to write it. It's irrelevant if there is a price reduction, unless we are 500,000 apart.
Right. Exactly. Good. Great approach, Jasmine. Great approach.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
If
I'm
I'm,
hoping they get it.
you know, I actually think you just might actually be a professional real estate agent. That's awesome. That is awesome. Seriously, way to go. Good job. It,
You're so funny.
it's always a pleasure to interact with you. I walk away refreshed. It's your energy's awesome and love it.
Thank you.
You
Thank
are
you.
very welcome. It's a pleasure.
Thanks.
You take care. We will see you next
Have a
week.
great day.
You
Bye.
too. Bye bye.